Hello everyone and welcome to Net Crypto, where you get important information and news about all coins of interest. And today we're going to be taking a look at Metapets, right? One of the projects that we have flagged that we're looking quite closely because a lot of investors have put their hard-earned money into this project, but nothing has been forthcoming. Right, nothing has been forthcoming, which is really worrying. So just ensure that you subscribe to the channel if you want to remain informed and stay informed about everything that is happening with Metapets, right? So let's just jump in and look at the market. You do see here the current price is on 9023, about 4% up in the last 24 hours, right? 4% up in the last 24 hours. The market sentiment is bad, guys. Almost 69% of people voting bad, right? This is, of course, a knock-on effect of what the CEO was doing on the Telegram. There is a bot that tells people to go and vote on CoinMarketCap. But unfortunately, if you fail to deliver, investors are going to be unhappy. And because you have trained them to vote good, they are going to be voting bad, and that is not going to look good on you. You see, like, look at this. It's if anyone is just coming to Metapets, what is it about? Even if the project right now, the CEO tried to do some sort of campaign, influencer marketing and whatever. When some investors come here and then they just vote here to check the market sentiment, they see this, are they going to just close the project and look for something else, right? So that's one thing here that we can see already, right? So we do see here the trading volume is under $100,000, guys, right? This is also really worrying. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about today is, if you look at everything that has been happening with Metapets, like, I was trying to look for something positive, but there's absolutely nothing. There's absolutely nothing happening, because the last AMA the CEO did was quite disappointing, because instead of focusing on the pet in the metaverse, how we are going to get there, largely the main focus was on focusing on others, the people who are farding, presumably people are against us, and it was more about complaining that shame on those people and all that. But guess what? Investors have put their hard-earned money into this project. So when they ask these things, and then you start to tell the same people who have put their money into your hands that you are farding, right? No, they're not farding. You're actually the one who is farding, because you're not delivering on what you have promised. And one thing that we can think about is, remember that show, Shark Tank, right? Where entrepreneurs, they go to that show, and there's 5, 6 sharks who are sitting there ready to grab a business opportunity, right? So the guy walks up there and then he pitches that idea. So imagine the CEO of Metapets walking into Shark Tank, telling them about the pet in a metaverse. I'm sure everyone will be interested, right, into that. And then they're going to start asking questions. Now, if you go into the white paper imagine they ask him about the website, and they say, we just have a landing page at the moment, you're still working on the website. And they say, but you are promising this whole thing, page in the metaverse, but you still do not have a website. Someone will just say, I'm out, right? But some will still be interested. Okay, so how is this going to work? And then he says, okay, this is what is coming out of their white paper, right? I'm reading straight from the white paper. It says, eventually, your pet will be able to participate in other worlds across different platforms. Excited to be with you, just like the real world. Our virtual reality games are currently in development with the Metapets on VR headset, designed by a team of highly skilled, experienced technicians. They are going to grind him on this one. They're going to ask him, so where are these technicians based, right? Because guess what? As investors, we only know the CEO. We don't know anybody else behind this project. It's only the CEO. And the only thing that we know more about him is that he's a teacher in China than anything else. He's a teacher, grade 6 teacher, I think English teacher in China. And he alluded to something like, towards end of this year, you'll be moving back to the States or something like that, right? But there's virtually nothing we know about anyone who is behind this project. And he said that it's their choice. The people that he's working with, they don't want to be shown, they don't want to come out and be revealed who they are. But who wouldn't want to come out and be revealed who they are, who are working on technology such as this, right? They're developing their own VR headsets. This is a red flag. If you're on Shark Tank and you say you are developing your own VR headset, right? And they're going to grind you on this. Do you understand what is required in the R&D that is required in developing a headset, right? The R&D that is required, and you're going to need to merge this with your software, your pet in the metaverse, right? The amount of testing that it's going to require, right? You need to go and ensure that this device is safe for everyone to use and all that. I'm telling you guys, This is a scammy move. This thing of a whole VR headset is a scammy move. It's next to with what we are seeing right now. I don't think they can do it. I don't think so, because they don't even have a website. There's no website in Metapets. The VR headset, you have to ensure this thing is safe. Even companies such as Sony, remember like a couple of years ago, there were phones that were exploding in aeroplanes, phones that were just exploding in your pocket, right? But those phones, they had gone through R&D, they'd gone through testing and all that. Samsung had to recall some of those phones, right? And if you're going to be developing your own VR headset, this thing is going into your eyes, right? Imagine this thing explodes in your face. Who is developing this thing, right? And there's going to be boards that are going to need to certify this thing that it's safe. You know how much money is involved into this, right? How much money is involved into this? Well, the CEOs of these cryptocurrencies, such as we see in Metapets, they're just pinning up a story, right? Maybe genuinely believes into this story, but it's unrealistic. And I think that it's a little bit immoral for you to be going and pushing this story without actually going to calculate the cost. Because I don't think there is any cost calculation that was done here to actually sit down before you launch your project to say how much is going to be required for the pet in the metaverse. What a sketch figure do I have for me to be able to have a hardware VR? Because this white paper we are looking at right now, this is a paper, it just came out. It's a revised paper. We had a light paper, remember? And then now this is the revised. So it means they sat down and then they agreed that this is what is going to be available. And you can see it right here, guys. Metapets VR headset. Right there, it's there. Why are they developing their own Metapets VR headset? We've talking about this, but sometimes we need to just sit down and think even deeper about it. Does it make any sense? Right? This is a scammy move, this, right? So everyone who need to use Metapets will need in the final stage, which is what Metapets is all about, a pet in the metaverse. There's going to be a VR headset. Do you think that you'll be able to pitch this in Shark Tank with those guys? Those guys are going to be asking you about numbers. I don't think he's got numbers of how much this thing costs, right? And numbers is the list of your worries, right? Which is a lot of money that you need. There's going to be regulators, right? So that this thing doesn't just explode in people's faces when they wear it, right? So this is something that I thought was really weird. But the CEO, of course, focusing on other people, focusing on what the fathers are talking about. And this whole thing about fathers, right? Like every project has got its fair amount of fathers, right? We've seen it with Shibnobi, we've seen it with many other projects. They are fathers, but then what do you do as the person who's behind the project, as the one who is on the realm, as the CEO? Are you just going to be doing an AMA to talk about fathers? Guess what? If you do an AMA to talk about fathers, that's the only thing that your investors are hearing, right? Investors are not interested in you talking about who is speaking bad about the project. And here on Net Crypto, I'm just giving facts. These are facts. If you are promising a VR headset, really, you wrote it yourself, right? No one came and said Metapets is producing no one is lying saying Metapets is producing a VR headset. You wrote it yourself in your own white paper. So we are investors. I'm just an investor like you, right? And like anybody listening, I'm an investor. So I go and look at these things and see, can you expect to get some capital gains from this project? Are they going to be able to deliver, right? And apparently, no, this doesn't make any sense at all, right? It doesn't make any sense. So when you come and you're complaining about fathers and all that, instead of focusing on your project, on focusing on delivering the pet in the metaverse, right? That's what you need to be focusing on. We saw a coin such as Shibnobi went through hard times when the Saitamas didn't go through. A lot of people were really upset because people put their money into the project. A lot of people were complaining. But guess what? The CEO got to work. He went, did AMAs. He contacted 5-6 exchanges. Now Shibnobi is listed into 5 exchanges within like one couple of weeks, right? There's more awareness of Shibnobi that is out there. He is registered in LLC. That is now Shibnobi is now an official company. A lot of things are happening. He got to work. That's how he squashed the FUD. You don't squash the FUD by coming and complaining about the fathers. And actually, you're actually fighting against your own project if you're not delivering, to be honest. If you're not delivering and providing a clear path into how you're going to deliver this, you are fighting against your own project. If you are taking forever to do a website, you are fighting against your own project. right? A website is a basic thing. Like, I think one of the things that was said in the AMA, that the website is going to be, it's going to be such so it's going to be so beautiful. It's going to be like I can't bring the word, I can't remember the word that he used, you know, like it's going to be something huge, like sort of like a Luna Park or something so exciting. But nobody cares about that. We just want a website that just communicates the goal, the roadmap of the project. That's all that investors care about, right? Yeah, he said amusement park. Nobody cares about an amusement park of a website. We just want a website that explains clearly what is going to be delivered when, in terms of the roadmap, right? So that we can make informed decisions. An amusement park website is not going to bring comfort to someone who put in $5,000 of their money believing in the pet in the metaverse. It's not going to bring any comfort to that person, right? And when they start to ask questions about where is this website, right? This VR headset doesn't make any sense, and then you start to say you are funding. But these investors have given you their money, right? So just let me know, what do you think down there in the comment section, because the more I try to look for positive stuff from these projects, I cannot just find anything. There's nothing I can find, right? Of course, tomorrow there's going to be an AMA, and I might not be able to listen to it live, but I'll listen to it post-mortem, and then we'll analyze it together and see what we can see in terms of this project. Hopefully, this project is going to trend once more, so that investors can get an opportunity to at least get what they put in here, because at the moment it's not really looking good, right? It's not looking good at all. If you go on the 1 month, you know, hopefully it's going to start trending again. But even if it trends, we have to always look at the fundamentals. Why is it trending, right? As an investor, right? It might be an exit opportunity of this project, because for me, this project, there's absolutely nothing coming out of here. And I'm not affiliate, I'm not paid to speak bad about any project. I speak freely about any cryptocurrency, just as I did the first video on Metapets when I was excited about it, right? 4 weeks later, there was nothing happening, so I did an updated video. So I'm not paid by anyone. I'm not affiliated with any cryptocurrency on this channel. We just talk about the facts, very facts that you've got on your own website, in your own white paper, and in your own AMAs, right? That's what I talk about here. So just let me know what you think here. This is what I thought. We just take a review of what has been happening with Metapets, and we wait to see what's going to be happening next week. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.